All right, hello team. So today's training, free training for you guys. All right, we are going to talk about how you can lose 20 pounds, maybe more, maybe a bit less in the next 60 days without sacrificing your favorite foods. Okay. Now, before we dive on, I'm going to share a brief story about myself, which is my past problem with binge eating. So, when I started on this journey, I spent about good 4 years really frustrated with not seeing results, dealing with a lot of body shame, not feeling good in my body, hated how I looked, hated how I felt. But every single time I would go on these diets, right, where I would swear to myself, I would cut out sugar completely, I would cut out eating junk food. I love crisps, I love ice cream. I would say, I'm going to stop eating that, I'm going to stop eating chocolate, only to break my promise within 2, 3 days. And it just got really hard. And I got into the cycle where I would start binge eating all the junk food, felt terrible about myself, felt really guilty, shamed myself for it, swore off junk food again, tried to do it maybe for a day, 2, 3, 4 days, 7 days, if I was lucky, and then go back just in this continuous cycle. And it can feel really depressing when you're stuck in the cycle, feeling like there's no way out, feeling like you're going to be in the cycle forever. And I remember feeling so trapped and so angry with myself, with the world, and with other people, as if everyone else had it easier than I did. And it's a really tough place to be in. So, first off, I just want to let you know whatever you're going through right now, as tough as it is, there's hope. There's hope. And today's training is going to just really cover some of this. So, that's the first thing. Now, when we look at why it's so important, right, to include your favorite foods, is because what happens when you think about, when I say don't think of a pink elephant, straight away, right, your mind is thinking of the pink elephant. And you and I both know this. When you tell yourself, don't think about sugar, don't think about cake, don't think about chocolate, don't think about pizzas, burgers, what do you think about? You think about that. So this is over 10 years of helping people and fitness qualification, nutrition, a lot of years of knowledge combined. You're going to get it all right now. Okay. So from 10 years of helping people, what I've seen to truly lose weight and keep it off permanently, you have to include your favorite foods. Because if you don't include your favorite foods, you will cave, you will go backwards. And it isn't including your favorite foods as a long term lifestyle. That's what creates this magical change. Okay, so let's dive on in. So, there are three key things we're going to talk about today. So, number one, let me draw here. If you guys would excuse my terrible writing sometimes, but my goal isn't to present something really picture perfect, but for you to have things to really use in your own life. So, step number one is allow and lifestyle. So exactly what we've just been talking about, right, is you have to find a way where you allow yourself to enjoy your foods. Life is far too short to just think about weight. Life is far too short. And if you don't enjoy your food, it's never going to last. So how can you allow yourself to enjoy your favorite foods and build it in a way that's a long-term lifestyle? That's number one. Now, number two is where a lot of people screw up, right? Is number two is where we're talking about understanding the science, the real science of nutrition, calories, macronutrients. Okay, calories, macronutrients. And as we do this, go through this, by the way, feel free to take screenshots, write down whatever you need so that you can start to implement some of this. So, calories, macronutrients, we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about in terms of workout side of things. So, we're going to call this the Toyota Yoda Ferrari analogy. Okay, this one is really powerful. You're going to get a lot from this, just from this. Okay, this analogy here, really powerful. And then lastly, we're going to talk about is deep diving. So this deep diving analogy, like diving deep into the waters, is the missing piece you have probably been missing in you and all your weight loss efforts that's been keeping you stuck. All right, so let's stay tuned. Number one, let's go in. Number one, allow lifestyle. So exactly what we talked about. You want to think this biggest mindset shift is how you can include your favorite foods in a way that makes sense so you can stick to it long term and get results. Okay, so how can you include your favorite foods? And it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's pizza, burgers, ice cream like myself, chips, crisps, sweets, whatever that is for you. How can you still include it, make it make sense, and get results? Okay, make it make sense. And this is so crucial because if you say you're cutting out completely again, you're going to backfire. It's going to backfire on you. Please don't do it. I've seen this happen all the time. That's number one. So just this mindset shift, instead of thinking it's either enjoying my food or it is deprivation and to achieve my goals, how can you actually achieve your goals, have your favorite foods, have your cake, and eat it too? Okay, just that mindset shift. And just to share with you briefly, I'm going to see if I can see here. Let's go with Max. So Max here, he's a great example. Max here, when he started with me, right, he spent many, many years, he's in his 30s, he spent many years thinking he had to deprive himself. And he's always been a bit on the slightly overweight side as a teenager. And he was always told and thought, believed that he couldn't enjoy his food, that if he was either binge eat everything inside or it's starve, deprive. And he kept on staying stuck here where he just was really frustrated and he didn't feel good in his body and his eating didn't feel good in his eating either. But once we got these shifts around, like just this mental shift where he thought, okay, I can actually enjoy my food and feel good in my body, man, that was a game changer for him. He lost a lot of weight, but more importantly, he has kept it off. I'm going to see if I can find him here right now on TikTok live with you guys. So, Max, uh, there you go. Here's Max. Yeah, so he is fit and healthy. This is just how his daily norm now. And I remember him saying to me just how good he feels in himself that he uh, doesn't feel like he needs to starve anymore, and he has such a better relationship with food. So just this is just an example. I want to share him with you, right? So you can see what is possible. I think he's even leaner than before, and he's kept it off. And that's from just this mental shift. All right, let's get back into things. So number two, macronutrients. Something I'm going to go give you a crash course right now of calories, macronutrients. So this is the formula that most people know, which is calories in minus calories out. This is a basic formula. Has to be the calories that you eat in, how much you consume in food, and how much you burn calories out. By the way, calories out burning, right? Even when you're resting, you burn calories. When you move more, you burn more calories. But every single minute of the day, you're burning calories. But your calories in minus calories out has to be in a deficit, meaning being in the negative. Because if you are eating more than you burn, you can't lose weight. You can't burn body. It's a lot harder to burn body fat, but you can't lose weight. If you're eating more in, then you burn. Okay, so this is a basic equation. Now, if this is new for you, awesome. Please keep this in mind. You cannot lose weight if you're eating more than you're burning. Okay. But this is the next part. This is a big missing piece that most people don't understand. Listen up to this because this is going to be a game changer, which is macronutrients. When it comes down to truly losing weight, we look at macronutrients, which is what is the breakdown of the food that you're eating. Now, there are three key macronutrients. We have fat, carbs, and protein. Okay, fat, carbs, and protein. Now, with each macronutrient, by the way, they have its own benefits. If you've heard of the term carbs are the devil, they're not good for you. You have to avoid carbs. You have to avoid fat completely. Please don't listen to that. Every single one of these is a crucial building block that is useful in your weight loss, fat loss journey. Okay. And without, if you take away one of these completely, it is going to affect your mental health. You're going to feel like crap. You're going to lack energy. You're not going to feel good in yourself. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a quick crash course right now about each one of these. So, let's start with protein because if you miss, by the way, this key macronutrient, protein, you will be shooting yourself in the foot, affecting your results. So, what is protein? It is the key building block for building muscle, for repair, for recovery. You use it for your nails, your hair, your organs. Every single part of your body needs protein to repair, grow, function. Okay. Now, the challenge here, I'm going to tell you the secret. If you take out protein from your diet, from your nutrition, guess what happens? You will be burning away your muscle tissue. Okay, your muscle tissue. I'm going to go more in depth with this one. This is really important. Please don't burn away your muscle tissue. It is so crucial for your weight loss. Okay, this is very crucial. Now, also with protein, it keeps you full. Okay, keeps you full, satiety. So what that means is that you're going to have less cravings. It's going to give you the nutrients that you actually need, so you have less cravings and you can actually enjoy your food more. You're going to stay full a little longer rather than always feeling hungry and feeling like you're depriving yourself. Okay, so protein is really crucial for this. That's number one. All right, let's go into carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are it gives you the best, fastest source of fuel, okay, for your brain. Okay, so if you want to think clearly, you want to make sure you get enough carbohydrates in. If you take out carbs completely, you're going to feel brain foggy. Also, you're going to get probably quite irritated. If you tried keto or you took out carbs completely, you're going to feel really angry, irritated, annoyed, frustrated all the time. And guess what happens if you're feeling this way? Your fat loss journey, your weight loss journey, you're not going to make it. You're going to continuously feel angry and annoyed that you're not seeing results because you're going to crash and burn, like we talked about earlier. So you have to make sure you get in enough carbohydrates. Okay. Now, the last missing piece is fat. So fat and things like avocado, olive oil, it's in a lot of different places, hormones. It affects your hormones. If you don't have enough fat in, your testosterone, which is the key hormone to help you feel good, feel confident in yourself, boom, it's going to take a hit. It's going to have a decline. You've got to make sure you have enough testosterone so you feel good in yourself, you have energy, you function well. Okay. Now, let's come back to the weight loss side of things. So, how does this impact you and your weight loss? Number one, you got to make sure you burn more calories than you consume. Okay. And then number two, you want to make sure you get this balance right. So, for example, if your calories in maybe let's say you burn 2,000 calories a day. Okay, let's say you burn 2,000 a day, burnt a day. You want to make sure you consume less than 2,000. So anything, if you do 6,000, 1,600, or maybe even 1,800 calories a day, you're going to lose weight. You will lose weight. You will drop body fat. Okay. Now, even more importantly, though, is when you get this right, okay, and just to give you a rough idea, most people should be sitting about 35% protein from the calories, roughly 35% carbs, most people, and then 30% fat. Okay, but so you're aware, every single individual is different. So I looked with every guy I've worked with. I've looked at their specific body type, their weight, their height, their situation, what their movement is like daily, how much they're working out to really determine these details. But just as a whole, for most people, starting off with this, you're not going to go too far wrong. You're going to get some results from just by doing this. Okay. Now, for most people, if you're listening to this right now, time and time again, I probably most seen is most people get too low in protein. And we're going to go exactly why this protein is so crucial. If you mess this up, you are going to stay in this yo-yo cycle for a very long time. If you get this right, you're going to not just lose weight, you're going to lose body fat, you're going to have more energy, having more definition, creating more great body shape for yourself, and you're just gonna feel and look fantastic. You're gonna really feel good. Okay. Again, you have to make sure you get the carbs and fat in. All right, that is that for the meantime. I won't go into too much depth and bombard you with too much information, but that is it for calories, macronutrients. Okay. Now, number three, key part number three. I want you to think of this analogy. This is going to be a game changer for you. So most people think about just calories in, calories out. You've already learned that. That isn't enough. You've got to get your macronutrients right. Now, the third part is very, very important, where most people don't understand, is the Toyota Ferrari analogy. Now, I'm going to draw two cars here. Okay, so here's a little Toyota car right here. And now here is a Ferrari, right? So here's a Ferrari. Now, I'm going to ask you a question right now. Which car burns more petrol? Which car burns more petrol? Is it the high-speed superstar Ferrari, or is it this little Toyota Corona? I used to drive a Toyota Corona, so I know this. Which one burns more petrol? Or which one has a bigger engine size? Yes, the answer is the Ferrari. The Ferrari has a bigger engine. And what does it mean when it has a bigger engine? It means even for covering the same amount of distance, right? Same distance as a Corona, it burns a lot more petrol. So it burns a lot more petrol. Now, for the environment, right, that's not a good thing. For economy-wise, that's not a great thing. You don't want to burn a lot of petrol. But for your body, that's a great thing. You want your body to operate like a Ferrari. And if you've been stuck in a cycle for a very long time with your weight, you're probably operating like a Toyota Corona. What this means, guys, by the way, engine size, what classifies this is your fitness and your muscle capacity. So the more muscle you have, the fitter you are. You burn body fat, you burn calories a lot more and a lot faster. Even say when you're sitting on a couch, you're just watching TV, watching Netflix, you're having a good time. Even when you're resting, you can be burning more calories than somebody in a Toyota Corona body. Okay. So what this means for you is you want to make sure you focus your workouts and your nutrition that turns your body into this. Okay. And just for a second, I'm going to share an example with you here. Is let's go with Richie. So Richie is a great example of this. So he was stuck nutrition side of things for a long time, not seeing results. By implementing the right nutrition, well, we just talked about the calories, the macronutrients, fat, carbs, protein, getting all of that right, getting more protein in, getting healthy, good vegetables inside his body. He felt fuller longer. He felt great. Lost a good 20 pounds in 10 weeks and then 30 pounds over 4 months' time. And he's kept it off over time, which is the best part of this all. He feels really energetic in himself. He feels good, confident in his body. Made a complete transformation, 360 or 180. Okay. Now let's come back to this. So this analogy, we turned his body into Ferrari, not just by nutrition, guys. Okay, but also with his workouts. So by getting enough protein in, we made sure we looked after his muscle mass, which meant that his body burned more calories even when he was resting, even when he was with his partner watching Netflix, he started burning more. Okay. Whereas before he was operating like a Toyota. So, the question you could be asking right now, how do you make this transition? So, let's go. All your workouts, okay? Your workouts should be designed to not burn more calories in the workout, but to change your engine size so you burn more calories even when outside of the gym or workouts, okay? Or workouts in general. All right? So, your workouts should be designed to not burn more calories in the workout, but to actually change your body, change your engine size, so you burn more calories even when you're resting. Okay. And to do this, there's one key thing I want you to focus on. So there's a few exercises which you want to, so exercises that don't really help, uh, that burn more calories just in the workout, but not outside. Okay. So they make the least impact. So for example, running on a treadmill for long hours. Okay. Sit ups, crunches, bicep curls, triceps. So these are all, for example, these is a small selection right now, but these are little exercises which I like to call time wasters, meaning you might be doing the exercise, it might feel like you're doing a lot, but truthfully, it is not giving you the impact that you're wanting. Okay. There's more trainings, by the way, coming in the future. We can talk about this, but just for now, just for your clarity, focus on this. Don't focus on these exercises. I want you to focus on these ones. So exercises that make the most impact. Okay. What are these exercises? These are things, compound movements. So these are bigger movements like push-ups, squats, bench press, uh, deadlift, lunges, chin-ups, uh, chin pull downs. So that's lat pull downs, seated rows. These are again there's a lot more to this, by the way, but these are some exercises where you get your whole body moving. If you get stronger on this, you get better at this, your engine size is going to improve. You're going to burn more calories this way. Okay. Now, if you do this, just the shift, right? If you're spending a lot of time on this right here, and you just shift to this, I promise you, you're already going to be seeing better results. Where you're turning your body from a Corona to a Ferrari. Of course, there's more detail for reps, weights, sets, exactly how you do it, all of that implementation. But this is a good mental shift for you right now to implement. Okay, so make that shift by itself. Number 3, turn your body into Ferrari. All right. Now, let's come to this. This is the most exciting part, which I love because this is the missing piece, guys, where most people don't even talk about. They're not even aware of it. If you've been stuck in the cycle for a long time, this is the reason why. Okay. Actually, just before we go there, by the way, this Toyota Ferrari analogy, I'm going to share with you something. You have to make sure you do this thing because if you don't do this, by the way, this is what happens. Let's say you're starting off, this is your weight now. Let's say you're 200 pounds. Doesn't matter if it's 200, 300, 150 pounds. Let's say you're 200 pounds, okay? And maybe you go on a treadmill and you go on a diet. You lose weight down here like this, okay? Maybe you go down to 180, 180 pounds. You diet hard, you restrict yourself, you run on treadmill. Whilst you're losing weight, guys, you are also decreasing your engine size. You are actually turning your body to a Toyota Corona or worse. And what this means is when you go back to your old eating habits, you're not eating more than before, you're just going back to the same, you're actually going to be putting on more weight than you started. And then what happens, right? People do this, put on more weight, 210 pounds, lose weight, put on more weight, down, up, down, up, down. And you see this frustrating cycle where you're just continuously getting worse. And every single time when you lose weight, you might feel good for a little while, but as you continue doing this, things get harder and harder and harder because you are actually destroying your engine. You're destroying your body. So please keep this in mind. Please don't do this. Please don't go there. I've seen too many people stay stuck this way. I myself have been stuck in that in the past. It's a really dreadful place to be in. And it just does not help you with your mental health. It does not help you with your confidence as a gay man. It's just not you helpful. Okay, so please don't do that. Okay, last piece, number 4, deep dive. What is deep dive? So let's talk about this. So when you think about the Titanic, right? When the Titanic crashed into the iceberg, they only saw, just they saw this little tip right here. They saw this little tip at the top. But truthfully, the Titanic didn't just crash into this thing over here. It crashed into this whole iceberg. Okay. So why are we talking about the Titanic, icebergs? You operate like an iceberg. Now let me explain what I mean by this. So you're banging your head against the wall on your weight loss journey. This is why. 95% of all the thoughts, sorry, 5% of your thoughts, your willpower, your willpower. So everything you think right now, your logical mind, all of this is only 5% of your mind. So we walk around operating at 5%. And what is actually happening beneath, okay, 95% minimum plus are your habits, your what we call the subconscious mind, okay? These are your past, we have our past traumas, memories, dreams, okay? So emotions, 95% of you is all of this down here. But what happens, right, when you think about your weight loss, people just think, I'm just going to use willpower. If you've done this before, right, you say, man, I'm going to lose weight this time. I'm going to get into my best shape of my life. But you're constantly failing. You start, but then after 2, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, maybe a few months, you fall off track, you go back again. That's because you think right now, or in those moments, you can just use your thoughts, your willpower to succeed. But that is not going to work. If you imagine 100 horses, you have five super bred horses, they're going so fast, running in one direction, but you have 95 donkeys, okay? 95 donkeys sitting there, holding you back. Oh, I'm so tired. I lack motivation. What do you think is going to win? The five super incredible horses, super bred horses, or is it going to be the 95 donkeys? Yeah, the 95 donkeys. No matter how great your five supercharged horses are, that's not going to beat the 95 donkeys. Now, by the way, if you don't believe this, I'm going to share with you something to help you understand what the subconscious really is. So, if you drive a car, right, if you think about the first time you have ever driven a car, when you first drove the car, do you remember feeling afraid? So you're thinking, oh my gosh, I need to do this, to shift the gears, I need to drive, I need to look left and right. There's cars coming from every direction, accelerator, brake pedal, mirrors, so many things going on. Look at the speedometer. I still remember when I first drove, I drove at 20 kilometers. I'm not sure what that, I think it's about 10 miles an hour. Oh, I remember feeling scared. Wow, this is going so fast. This is really scary. But if you remember after the 10th, 20th, 30th drive, maybe today, right, 100, 200 times, however many times you've driven now, you probably can drive and you talk on the phone, or you drive, you can eat a burger, or drive and drink, drive, listen to music, drive, have a conversation with a friend, and you find yourself, you might even find yourself, you leave work and you drive all the way home and you don't remember the drive. You don't even remember it. Why is that? This is because, guys, you are operating as you're driving your habits, your subconscious mind. You don't even need to consciously think. 95% of that automatic programming has already been programmed so that you can drive without thinking. So when you think about your day-to-day, right, same thing. Let's talk about your weight now. So when you tell yourself, I'm going to avoid those cookies, I'm going to avoid chocolate, I'm going to go to the gym for 5, 6 times a week, but I haven't even gone once a month this month. And maybe you might do it for a week, 2, 3 weeks, and yes, 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 I'm doing great. I'm super motivated. And then guess what? 95% your subconscious mind, all those emotions, past behaviors, they come on back, they drag you backwards. And then you got started to get frustrated. Why am I not losing weight? Why do I always go backwards? Why am I continuously banging my head against this wall? and feeling ashamed of my body? And why do I continuously feel crap in myself? Why do I feel so low in energy? Why do I not feel good? Why can I not do this? And the reason here, guys, is you are just trying to do this. And I'm going to share with you again. Let's go back to Richie here. Richie, we can go Richie. There's Matthew here, who's also lost. He's lost 65 pounds about 7, 8 months time. Done incredible work. Every single one of these guys, right? This is him here. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. That's Matthew. Him, Max here. These are just a lot. These got a lot of more examples. What we do is we do a deep dive, and we don't just do it once. We do it continuously. Meaning, you want to shift your energy. You want to shift your subconscious mind. Okay, so your subconscious mind. You want to start to shift how you feel down here, so that you become more powerful and not just using the 5%. Okay. And one of a great way to do this is just one of many that we use is visualization. So you have to be able to visualize yourself feeling what does that ultimate version of you look like? What does that confident version of you look like? How does he act? How does he feel like? How does he think? And when you can see this person so clearly and feel it, we start to shift this. Okay. Hypnosis is another great way. There's many other ways: affirmation, hypnosis, EFT tapping. Okay, we're going to go through a lot of this stuff. We do deep dives on this in our coaching community. Okay, but if you do this one thing, fitness, getting in shape, feeling good in your body becomes so much easier than this difficult thing that you're constantly feeling frustrated with. All right, guys. So this is the training. All the way again. Let's go to the top. 4 key things. Number one, you have to, if you want to lose 20 pounds in the next 60 days or get in best shape in the next 60 days and maintain it for the long haul. So, not a quick fix, guys. We do not like quick fixes unless you want to stay forever stuck. Number one, you have to allow lifestyle. You have to make this mental shift where you're not no longer going after the quick fix, but you're truly making long-term changes. Okay, long-term changes. You have to allow yourself to enjoy your favorite foods. Allow yourself to enjoy. You do this thing, getting in shape becomes so much easier and a lot more fun. Number two, getting your calories, macronutrients right. Not just calories, but your macronutrients. Okay, you got to get this right. Number three, turn your body from a Toyota to a Ferrari. So really think about changing your whole body rather than just burning more calories in the gym, in your workouts, and in your food. How can you actually turn your body into a fat burning machine? Now, number four, deep diving. You have to work with your subconscious mind. You have to find ways to change your subconscious, affirmations, visualizations, surrounding yourself with the right people, the community, thinking, seeing yourself as the fittest, healthiest version of you. We have to make those shifts down here. Okay. Hypnosis, that's another one. Deep work, EFT tapping. There's a lot of work we can do there. You do these 4 things, getting in shape, keeping in shape becomes this easy thing. Okay. But you can't miss any of this. If you miss one of them, it's not going to work. All right, guys, that's it for today. Please let me know any questions you may have from this training. And also, if you want me to dive in deeper to look in your specific situation, we do have slots available. They do go out very quickly, where I actually spend some one-on-one time with you to look at your case and see how exactly what you need to do to lose the weight, get in shape, and truly change your life. Okay, because when we look at losing weight, right, and getting in shape, it's far beyond just losing weight. It's really about feeling good in yourself, feeling confident in you, and living life on your terms. So, with my love to yours, my heart to yours, go out there, know that you don't need to stay stuck forever, as frustrating as it can be, as difficult as body shame can feel. I know that feeling from past experiences and helping many other people just like you. Know that there is hope, and please reach out. There's help out here, and we'll see you soon.